Hi there, this is Chez from Retro Nirvana. Today we're doing a collection video for PlayStation 2 JRPGs. The PS2 has a gigantic library of games with some of the absolute best Japanese role-playing games. Today we're going to go over some of the best ones. We're going to start off with the Atelier series, Iris. So we have all three of those games. The first one being the most common, to the second and third ones being a lot more rare and hard to come by. Then we have the Dot Hack series. So we have a whole bunch of those. These ones are the more common ones. There are some that are actually missing in this collection that are a little bit more expensive. Then we have Full Metal Alchemist. I have two games from Square Enix that came out for that. It's also an anime series. Then we have Wild Arms. These ones are some of my favorite games, with the third one being the most common, and the fourth and Altered Code F being a lot more rare. There's also a fifth one, which I don't own yet, and that one is pretty rare as well. Great series of games, Wild Arms. Okay, so next, moving on, we have Persona series and Atlas games. So we have the third Persona game, Persona 3 FES. This is the one with some added content. There's also a regular Persona 3. Then you have Persona 4, fantastic game. Now you have some more Shimigami games that are part of the Atlas series. So we have Nocturne, really great game. We have Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2. These have phenomenal music. Absolutely fantastic 10 out of 10 music. Very good action music. Yeah, some of the best music I've heard in an RPG. Okay, so next we have Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. This is kind of a spin-off to the main series of games, but it's a fun game. Manaclemia. This one actually has a different orientation on the box. We have another Makai Kingdom. This is a game from NIS America. And we also have Soul Nomad, NIS America. Okay, moving on. We have Radiata Stories. This is a Square Enix title. We have another Atlas game from Vanillaware. This is Odin Sphere. Great action RPG, side-scrolling, really fun. That one was on PS2, 3, 4, and also the Vita. Disgaea, the first one, the original one. That's an Atlas game. And we have The Bouncer from Square Enix. That one is a really fun game. Great game. Unlimited Saga. Not too much to say about that one. Not a great game. And a pretty rare one here, Eternal Poison. I actually got this from the Goodwill. Very cheap. It is now a fairly expensive game. Atlas game as well. Okay, moving on. We have Grandia 3. This one is a Square Enix title as well. Pretty good game. Great story. And also the second Grandia. There's actually a version on the Dreamcast. Yeah, line. And we got Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Played this a little bit. Pretty fun game. Good Square Enix title. Then we have Valkyrie Profile Silmeria. This is another good one. Very fun. We have a game I haven't really played much of. Gun Griffin Blaze from Working Designs. You usually make very quality titles. This one is okay. It's not too bad. It's kind of like a mech game. And now we have the Tales of series. So we have Tales of the Abyss and Tales of Legendia. These ones are really popular. Also really good games. There's a lot of conversation between the characters, and it's just a really fun RPG series. This one is definitely not super expensive, but it's definitely a very popular series of games. So now we have another very popular series of games, Xenosaga. So this is the greatest hits copy of the first one. This one is not too rare. Now you go to the second one. Second one is a little bit more expensive. The third one I do not own, but that is the most expensive. Now we're going on to Front Mission 4. Front Mission 4 is another mech RPG. This one is pretty fun for a Square Enix game. It's pretty cheap, and you get a little bit of good gameplay out of it. It's not the best game, but it's okay. So now we got some titles that are okay, but not phenomenal. Ephemeral Fantasia. This is a Konami title. And Dawn of Mana. As you can see, there are a lot of Square Enix games in this collection. They made a ton of games for the PS2. Next is Dirge of Cerberus. This is a Final Fantasy spin-off game. Really, really good. One of my favorites, Final Fantasy X. Yeah, this one gives you tons of gameplay, phenomenal characters, very quirky characters, of course, but you'll get a lot of gameplay out of this one. And its sequel, Final Fantasy X2, as I like to call the Dresses game, as the entire cast is basically female characters in this one, and you do upgrade dresses in that game. I haven't played it too much, but a lot of people do like it. The MMO, Final Fantasy XI. This one I played for a few years online on the PS2 using the modem. And I liked it for a little while, and then I just stopped playing it. So Final Fantasy 12. So this is, we actually have two different versions. We have the kind of the collector's edition version with the steelbook, and we have the regular standard release. This one is pretty good. It feels a lot like an MMO. So you're playing a kind of almost like a single player massive online game in that one. Definitely a different battle style, but still pretty fun. Shadow Hearts. So we have another series of games, Shadow Hearts. This one is Covenant. And Shadow Hearts from the New World. These ones are action RPGs. Along with Drakengard. So we have the original first Drakengard and the second Drakengard. These are starting to rise in price quite a bit. I got these many, many years ago for a very good price at Goodwill. And I was surprised even back then they were worth quite a bit. So they have continued to hold their value. Now you got another series, which is Dark Cloud. This copy actually my brother gave me for holidays. And the second one I was able to get in a lot of Final Fantasy games quite a long time ago. And the Dark Cloud 2 is actually a really, really great game. Yeah, I very much enjoy this one. I highly recommend Dark Cloud 2. The first one is good too, just a lot more simple overall. All right, so now we're going to some more heavy hitters. So we got Suikoden series. So we have the third one. Not the most popular of all the games. The fourth one. I got these in a lot of Final Fantasy games a long time ago for about $100, $150. Ended up keeping all of them. And the fifth one, which is very, very rare now, quite expensive. This one came in a lot as well, and I was so surprised that this was included in that collection I got from another gamer. That one is definitely a game I would hold on to for a very long time. Okay, so now we have just a few more left. Art the Lad. This one is Twilight of Spirits. This one's actually factory sealed, so I have not actually played this game. It is a pretty cheap game, so when I look to get another copy, I will probably be playing that. Okay, next we're going to Kingdom Hearts, which is more of like an action RPG. So we have Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2, and the original Kingdom Hearts Black Label. So those are action RPGs, also Squaresoft games. They're fun. They're not quite my cup of tea, but they're fun to play. They've Final Fantasy characters are in there, Disney characters. Overall, it's a great game to play. Now we have Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King, and this one is the big box copy. Yeah, this is a little bit harder to get, and it actually has a playable demo for Final Fantasy XII inside in the big box. Very fun game to play, great characters, and if you like Dragon Quest or just turn-based RPGs, that one is by far one of my favorites. And now you have my favorite action RPG on the PS2 is actually Rogue Galaxy. So I feel like this one is a very, very underrated title. I love the characters. I love the setting. I love kind of like the the whole setting of the game is in kind of in the future, and you play as these space pirates. Yeah, it's a great game. Very much enjoy this one. Okay, so those are all the PS2 RPGs we have to show today. Some of them are action, some of them are turn-based, and some of them are strategy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, consider subscribing. Leave a comment as to what is your favorite RPG on the PS2. It is a big collection, so there are a lot of games. But yeah, let us know what is your favorite RPG. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
My name is Igor. I am delighted to make